During a heated discussion on The View, co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin surprised many by expressing support for former President Donald Trump's attempt to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. While the name change has been widely ridiculed, Griffin defended it as a more inclusive term, arguing that both Mexico and the United States are part of the Americas. She clarified that calling it the Gulf of the United States would have been problematic, but a name like the Gulf of America could be seen as more neutral and encompassing. Griffin, a former Trump White House communications staffer, acknowledged that the decision to rename the body of water was likely a political move designed to distract from more significant policy changes. She pointed out that Trump often uses such tactics to dominate media coverage while making major governmental decisions in the background, such as restructuring federal agencies or appointing figures like Tulsi Gabbard to key intelligence positions. Despite this, she reiterated that she had no personal issue with the name change and was also against barring an Associated Press reporter from covering a White House event simply because the outlet refused to use the Gulf of America terminology. However, not all of her co-hosts were on board with her perspective. Joy Behar immediately pushed back, raising the historical argument that North America was originally inhabited by indigenous people long before European explorers arrived. She pointed out the irony in naming the continent after an Italian explorer, Amerigo Vespucci, when indigenous cultures had existed there for thousands of years. Behar's argument suggested that the name change was yet another example of rewriting history to fit a certain political narrative. Griffin's stance was especially notable given her history with Trump. Since resigning from the White House, she has been an outspoken critic of the former president, frequently condemning his actions and rhetoric. Her opposition to Trump was so strong that she even broke with her Republican roots and voted for a Democrat for the first time in the 2024 election, casting her ballot for Vice President Kamala Harris. Additionally, she was interviewed by federal prosecutors in connection to the investigation into the January 6th Capitol riot, further solidifying her complicated relationship with the former president. This latest debate on The View is yet another example of the deep political divisions in the country. While Griffin attempted to frame Trump's actions as a strategic media distraction, her co-hosts viewed the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico as another unnecessary and politically motivated move. Whether the term Gulf of America gains traction or not, one thing is certain: Trump's ability to dominate public discourse remains as strong as ever.